I'm a partner at the Blake, Cassels and Graydon office in Vancouver. I've worked at Blake's for about 10 years as a litigation lawyer. I do primarily labor and employment work, privacy work, human rights work, and the like. We're a corporate firm, so I do work primarily for employers, but I also do some pro bono work for individual employees. In my practice, I focus on workplace disputes primarily and helping clients deal with those types of disputes. They run the gamut: wrongful dismissal claims, human rights allegations in the workplace, bullying and harassment complaints, those types of things. I also help mitigate a client's risk by implementing policies and conducting training to try to help those clients make sure that they establish a workplace that's compliant with the law and also reduces the likelihood of claims from their employees. My clients appreciate that I am solution-oriented. There's not too many of my clients that want to see a big, long legal memorandum or hear that I have to do some research. I know the law, and they expect me to apply it quickly and provide them with a roadmap to solve a problem. Mentorship is very important to me, and one of the reasons why it's important is I was very fortunate early in my career to have some excellent mentors. And one of those mentors, pretty much the first mentoring lesson I learned, was that it's very important to give your time. Time is a valuable commodity in the law. We all run out of it. We all need more of it. And the best mentors, I believe, give of their time freely, even though it may negatively impact them in something else that they need more time for. So one of my early mentors, I remember taking a lot of her time and feeling very guilty about it. It's very normal for young lawyers to say, just a quick question, or can I have a minute? Because they're very cognizant of not wanting to take that time. And this mentor always was willing to give the time. And when I used to thank her for giving the time, she would say, "Nonsense, don't thank me. This is what we do. This is what lawyers should do for each other." So I really tried in my own practice to adopt that as a bit of a philosophy. So when people come by now that I'm more senior and they say, "I have a quick question," or "Do you have a minute?" I always say yes, and I hope that they do the same for future mentees that they might have. A few months ago, as will happen at any hectic legal practice, you will have an emergent matter. And in this case, it was an injunction. I needed to assemble members of my team. Thursday afternoon, we're kind of very close to a weekend, and I send an email to every associate on the team. And that team really delivered. I had a number of volunteers knowing full well, each of them knowing full well that their weekends would be ruined because we had a lot to get done by Monday. And they all stepped up, and once there's something urgent and once there's a crisis, you really see if your team members have your back and want to help you or if they have some other agenda. And I'm very happy to say that at Blake's, it seems to be that we all just want to help and get through the crisis and get moving towards the goal of giving our clients the best service we can give them. Was fortunate enough to help a Parkinson's patient. I do work for the Parkinson's Society, and I was helping a Parkinson's patient last year with an issue he had in the workplace. And he felt he was being discriminated against. The employer, actually, it turns out, didn't really know how to handle this diagnosis and what to do. And there was an education element involved. And it turned out that after a couple phone calls and a couple of conversations with the employer's counsel, I was able to fix that problem for this individual. And as has happened to me a few times, and I find it very meaningful, I received a thank you card in the mail and actually a gift. They sent me a painting, which is a beautiful painting. And they wanted to thank me for their help of helping them through one of the most difficult experiences in their life. The card actually is framed in my office because I want to use it to encourage other lawyers to undertake pro bono work that's meaningful to them. And it says a number of really flattering things that I like to look at sometimes to remind myself that lawyers do hold a very privileged place in society, and it's my view that it's very important that they remember that place of privilege where their knowledge and their skill set can have a positive impact on someone's life, and that they should try to do that type of positive work.